Today, if you want customers to rave about your business, you have to do three things. And these three things are so simple that it will help you stand out from the competition without needing a big team or a big budget. But at the same time, it will help you grow your business significantly if you know exactly what to do. These days, most people think having a great product or a great service is enough, but it is not, because customers care about caring, and caring is invincible unless your customers can feel it. Today, it's all about how you make people feel. So, how do you make your customers feel? And that's a question that you need to answer. Figure out, what does that feel like being your customer? Because these moves are designed to turn every day interaction into memorable moments where people want to talk about, people want to share with their friends and family. People are excited to go and share with the people they meet and interact with. Hey, my name is Francis, and I have helped business leaders and their teams avoid workplace drama. Be it communication, be it people working in silos, which in turn impact the customer service and customer experience. And we've been able to help businesses turn the customer service into their number one competitive advantage. I've helped over 500 teams improve their service strategy, boost profit, and stand out from the competition. So I appreciate you spending time with me. And if you are new here, I want to welcome you. Welcome to the channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. And if you are returning, I'm so glad you're back, and I want to welcome you back. Thank you for spending time with me. Let's get into the three main strategies that you need to actually build a competitive business, but also making the customer service your competitive advantage. So tell me, and you've probably heard or said this phrase yourself, we really care about our customers. Now, what does that mean? And by the way, have you said this before? Let me know in the comment. Have you ever said this or said something similar? But here's the thing. Everyone says that. It's so common. Everyone says that these days. And so what is so different about you that the customers will trust when you say it? So what actually makes customers talk about you and refer you to their friends and family? I can tell you that it's not the words or the generic good service or great service that you think you are providing, which I'm sure you are. You are doing a fantastic job. But the customer's perception is your reality. What a customer perceives your business to be, that is the reality. And so it's really about the small, thoughtful moves that surprise them, that blows them out of their seat, that delight them and stick with them for a very long time. So in this video, you are going to get the three moves that you need in your business right now, to build those raving fans so you can consistently grow your profit and stand out from the competition. I promise you that by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to turn first-time customers into lifelong fans. These are fans that you have that truly cares about your business and are excited to go on and tell their friends and family about it. So follow up in a way that builds trust. You have to understand that, recover from mistakes, and then strengthen the relationship with your customers. This is what we'll be covering. And like I said, you don't need a loyalty app at the end of the day. You can actually go on and do these three moves without needing a big budget or a big team. What you need is to make people feel very important, make the moment feel personal, so they connect and so your customers feel connected to your business. That is what it's about. And I have done this and worked with so many brands from multiple industries, and these things work there. Even non-profit, these strategies work, and these strategies that I'll be sharing with you have worked in all industries, because at the end of the day, people are people, and people are consistent. People want to be cared for, feel valued and appreciated. And once I see customers rave, those companies that customers rave about, they are not the cheapest by any means. In fact, they are often the most expensive in their industries, which is crazy. And that's why the customer service experience can become your single competitive advantage. These companies oftentimes are the ones that are consistently creating great moments that people want to remember. They've built a connection and created an identity within themselves that people remember every time they interact with them, and people remember the experience they are delivering. And so those moments are not the expensive, like they are not expensive. Oftentimes it's the little things, but it takes intentionality. That is what differentiates world-class service organizations from the rest. They are intentional about their service and the experience they deliver. So if you are going to build this, if you are going to build raving fans in your organizations, you have to understand and think about these three things very, very well. The first thing you need to do is to master the first visit surprise. Yes, the first visit surprise. Because impressions and first impressions especially are everything. And like we've mentioned earlier, perception is also everything. Your customer's perception is your reality. So let me tell you about a plant shop that I know. And this plant shop, they do a very good job in the community. And when someone makes their first very first purchase, the owner would personally include a starter kit with a handwritten note in the order, with the order. And it's such a simple way to show that you care, you are paying attention, and you focusing on the other person. I mean, it makes a significant impact, and it makes a difference in the experience you are delivering. So imagine you got the flowers, and in the flowers or with your order, you get a handwritten note that says something like, so glad you are here, hope this grows with you. I mean, wow. I mean, it's so simple. It didn't take much for them to do this, but it took intentionality. And that's what people care about. That's what people crave. People crave connection, and people love it in the instance of this shop. And when they post it, people talk about it, and oftentimes their customers are talking about it, posting it as well. So your version doesn't have to be a physical gift. I mean, it could be anything. It could be anything that makes sense in your world, whatever that looks like. I mean, it could be as simple as a genuine welcome handwritten note or a thank you card, right? Whatever makes sense in your world, that's what you need to be focusing on. That's what you need to pay attention to. And so here's a tip for your first visit moment, okay? Remember that it's not about the thing, it's about making people feel seen. People crave connection. People want to feel seen. People want to feel heard. People want to feel valued and appreciated. And so as an organization, as a company, how can you do that? How can you possibly do that for your customers? That is what it's about, focusing on those first impressions and ensuring that you create a good perception around the experience that these customers want to come back. But most importantly, rave about you and tell their friends and families. The next thing you have to do is to elevate the aftercare touchpoint. I mean, this is something that most organizations forget. You have to make it a transformation and not just a transaction. That's why this phase is so important. Most businesses say goodbye when a transaction ends, but with world-class service organization, that's when the relationship begins. The transaction doesn't end there. They see that as an opportunity to build relationship with a customer, because real loyalty is built after the sale, not before or during. It's really built after the sale. And so you have to think about how can you create these systems to build relationship with your customers even after the sale, after the transaction. And there is a photographer that I know who sends this exact piece of note after every shoot, and it's such a simple touch point that makes a significant difference in the customers that he interacts with. And it's as simple as, hey, just checking in. How was the experience? What was that? What you hoped for? Like, did that meet your expectation, or was that what you were envisioning? You know, so it's such a simple thing. But the thing here is that it has to be sincere and it has to be simple. And I think that's what makes a difference for most customers. And as a leader, in your organization, what are the simple things that you could be doing to elevate the experience for your customers? And 80% of new bookings come from referrals, like using this photographer as an example, because his customers are talking about it. And like we were talking recently, and he's like 80% of his referrals or of his business come from referrals. And I mean, that's huge. You know, what would that mean in your world, in your business, if your business was 80% all referrals? You know, so you have to focus on that, and then think about what are the little touch point, little things that you can do in your business that would make a difference. And then finally, you have to become a problem recovery machine, because if you have focused on the first impression, you are adding the touch point. Then remember, we talk about the fact that trust and the transaction shouldn't end, the relationship, it starts when the transaction ends. You need to focus on understanding that mistakes can happen because no one is perfect, but it's how you handle it that's what defines your brand. You have to ensure that you prepare your team, because it's all about preparation. You know it's going to happen. Yes, sometimes you don't know, but especially the ones you know, ensure that you have steps and measures in place, and you have prepared your team adequately so they can always take care of the customer. Remember, preparation is not perfection or protection. It's not about the fact that you think you're perfect and nothing will ever go wrong, or it's not to protect your organization from the customer. Actually, it's the reverse. It's ensuring that your customers can feel proud and understand that there is actually zero risk when dealing with you. That builds the trust even more. So you have to think about, are there moments where you are dropping the ball? I mean, are there some late delivery, missing items? And so instead of just saying sorry, you have to look at what the next step look like. Like, what does it look like after you've said sorry, which you have to. And maybe could you give a refund of the order if it makes sense in your world? Obviously, could it be an account, like a $20 credit to the account? Whatever that looks like. I mean, with a credit to the account makes sense, because you want to show the customer that you care and you are ensuring that the inconvenience you have created will not be an issue moving forward. I mean, that is what it's about. You have to ensure that you have to do something so special for your customers to want to talk about. Customers are not going to be talking about average stuff. And so you have to look at, how do you take things to the next level? How do you clearly help your team, but also help their customers promote and want to share the beautiful story you have and they have with you when they interact with you. You just have to do the follow-up, and then when you drop the ball, you always have to find a way to fix it. And not just fix it, you have to fix it fast. And I think this is for your trouble kind of touch, and admitting and coming clean in the beginning would make a huge difference, because we are human, and in the human process, you are going to win some and you lose some. But I think it's how you handle it and how you fix those mistakes. That's what makes the difference. At the end of the day, it's all in your court. But if you want to be world-class when it comes to the service experience, you have to focus on preparation and not focusing on perfection, because that is really not going to get you anywhere. You have to focus on ensuring your team have what it takes. They understand the common breakdowns that happen, the ones that are your fault, the ones that are not your fault, the ones that you may probably never prepare for, but you have to give them guidelines of the things that they can do, and so they can own the experience in every moment. So you have to understand that these three moves are not just tactics at the end of the day. In fact, they are signals that that gives your team and your organization that the business notices me. These are signals that you are giving your customers, that your customers get the signal that, wow, this business notices me. These are not just tactics. It's a signal subconsciously to your customers for them to know and understand that you see them. that you're not treating them like just like another transaction. It's more than that. You are focusing on the experience. You want them to get a signal that the signal, and for them to know and for them to tell their friends and family that I trust them. And as a result, they want their friends and families to come and interact with you, do business with you. Like, that is what it's all about. And how you build a talk-worthy service and the experience. Because it's never really about your product. It's how you treat people. It's how you interact with people. It's how you want customers to perceive you. You want how customers to talk and rave about you. So if you want to make sure and know and ensure that your team is ready for this moment, that they can consistently elevate the experience, deliver it consistently, no matter what, then I have something for you. You can grab my free 6-step checklist that I have created that will actually help you in how to deliver a great customer experience. It will give you all the tools and answers that you need. In fact, it walks you through building trust, training your team, and also recovering like a pro. Like everything that we have talked about so far, the checklist is going to help you ensure that you recover in every situation, create better impressions, first impressions, creating systems around building those memorable moments with your customers and building meaningful relationships. The link of the checklist will be in the link below. I'll put the link in the description. So you have to ensure that you are helping your team deliver consistently great customer experience all the time. If you have any questions, if there's anything that you need a better clarification or needed more understanding, or whatever you may have, a takeaway, a question, just leave it in the comment section and I'll be more than happy to help you. Let me know how I can support you next. I truly hope you find value in this, and I'll see you in the next video.